today we are going to talk to you about the 5 closest mountain towns to Denver. Hey guys, it's Hallie and Lauren. We're the Mile High Property Sisters.
Hallie and I are licensed real estate agents in the state of Colorado. So throughout this video or in future videos, if you have any questions, concerns, comments regarding real estate, please feel free to reach out to us to our number or email listed below.
And hit the subscribe button. We put out new videos every week.
Yes.
We are Colorado natives and we give you all the info and insider tips to living here.
So let's get started.
Yeah.
Our mountain town number one.
Number one, probably the most well-known is Evergreen.
Yes.
Evergreen, Colorado is, and it's probably the Beverly Hills of,
I was just gonna
of
say Beverly
Colorado
Hills.
mountain towns, let's say.
Yeah.
Yes. It's pretty, prestigious. It's high cost of living. There's some very, very expensive homes. I think there's that $25 million like mansion.
Stunning.
Like a 20-car garage.
Yeah. You want to Google that? Go for it.
But Evergreen is great. There's a ton of great schools in Evergreen. It's Jefferson County.
Right.
So it's a highly rated school district, but they also have a lot of like charter schools and private schools like Evergreen Country Day School.
Yes.
People drive up from Denver, I know, to bring
Just
their
to go there.
kids to Evergreen Country Day School.
Right.
It's a great neighborhood. There's much more of a community feeling. There's a ton of events that go on in Evergreen throughout the year. The Evergreen Rodeo.
Yes.
And there's farmers markets and, like there's a summer wine festival, I'm pretty sure. Of all the mountain towns, Evergreen definitely has the most amenities. There's 2 rec centers. There's a library, a public library. Downtown is a great little area with shops and restaurants and unique bars.
Yes.
And Evergreen Lake is an awesome place too. We can paddleboard and kayak in the summertime. And in the wintertime, they turn it into a giant ice skating rink.
Yep,
You can
ice
play,
hockey.
Yeah, hockey and go ice skating.
Yes.
And there's also like a nice path to walk around it that's really popular.
They have like 8 or more open space areas.
Yes.
There's tons of acres to hike, mountain bike. You can do horseback riding. There's all kinds of outdoor recreation in Evergreen.
Yeah, Elk Meadow Open Space Park.
I was just going to say wildlife.
Yes.
The big group of elk that go through.
Yeah, there's a huge herd of elk that live in Evergreen. If you drive around Evergreen, you can usually find them somewhere out and about. They're sometimes right in people's backyards.
Yep. Fun fact, my maternity photos, I have those elk behind me.
Really?
When I was pregnant with Henry. Yeah. They walked right behind us at the golf course over there. So it was really cool. Yeah.
They're all over the golf course.
They
the
are.
Highland Golf Course.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 golf courses in Evergreen. There's a public one and a private one. Both great, beautiful courses if you like to golf.
Lots of outdoor stuff to do there.
I know. Yeah.
It really has everything.
Yeah. And like I said, Elk Meadow Open Space Park has lots of miles of trails.
Yes.
And you can hike. It goes all the way to the top of Bergen Peak, which is a 9,000-foot elevation mountain. Evergreen sits at like 7,400 feet. So this is right there. And you can bike or horseback ride or run all the way to the top. And it's right there in Evergreen. Yeah, and there's a ton of other parks. That's probably the biggest one, though, is Elk Meadow. Lair the Bear is right there. And they just opened a brand new, it's a really big deal. It's a new mountain bikers only trail course. And everyone's talking about it. It's the newest hip thing.
Yeah, new
And
hot
it's right-
topic.
Yeah. So the Rutabaga Trail at the Lair of the Bear Park.
Homes in Evergreen.
A
A little pricier.
There are a couple, and I do mean like maybe 3 or 4 condo complexes. I don't actually think that there's any actual apartment complexes in Evergreen. There's condos, and you can sometimes find rentals in those from private owners, but most of it is single family homes. Typically they're on large lots, and there are some like High One and some of the neighborhoods you don't have to have a well or septic. They actually have sewer and all that, but mostly you're going to be on a septic system and have your own well. If you're living in Evergreen, you're going to be a single family home, and it's on at least a half acre, third of an acre to 30 acres. Big houses on big lots.
Yeah.
In general.
Keep that in mind.
And it's very expensive. I would say if you want a house in Evergreen, the minimum you could get one for is probably 800,000. It's expensive, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And it does have all the amenities that you need there, for sure. Okay, mountain town number 2. We should talk about Conifer.
Yes.
This is your
Conifer.
wheelhouse.
Yes.
She grew up there.
Yes. I grew up in Conifer, went to Conifer High School. Back in my day, no one knew where I'd go to Denver, I'd meet friends, and people would be like, "Where's Conifer?" No one knew where it was.
Right.
And now it's
very
grown
different.
a lot. Everyone knows where Conifer is.
Yep.
Everyone's like, "Oh, it's so pretty there. I love it there." It is very pretty.
We're here right now, actually.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Conifer actually sits really high, which is weird.
Yes.
It sits at like 8,200 feet in elevation, which is almost as high as like Aspen's at like 9,000
Yeah.
feet, which is way further,
crazy.
way deeper in the mountains. But
You
we
can
are
feel it.
only, we're standing only 30 minutes from downtown Denver,
Right.
and we're at 8,200
Right.
feet
Yep.
in elevation. There's not as many amenities as there is in Evergreen, but it is close to Evergreen.
Yep.
It's they kind of blend together, but it's like a 20-30 minute drive to downtown Evergreen from most places in Conifer.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
There's grocery store right down there. There's lots of shops.
There's 2 grocery stores. There's some restaurants. There's not really any bar life or night life up here in the mountains. Evergreen has some bars that have live music.
Yes.
Sometimes, like the Little Bear, But if you're looking for a nightlife, the mountain towns really aren't for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be driving a little bit further for any nightlife.
Yeah.
But Conifer, you're going to get the mountain living, so you're going to get wildlife here. There's a lot of, bears, mountain lions, deer.
Raccoons,
Yep.
Foxes. There's a lot of foxes.
Yes.
Please do not feed the wildlife.
Yes. And you also have a lot of outdoor activities. So pretty much all of these towns that we're going to talk to you about, you're going to get plenty of that everywhere. The hiking, the biking, running
and it's
trails.
right out your back door. Whatever.
Yes.
You have Myers Ranch Open Space Park, Flying J Open Space Park.
Yes.
And they're all
Love
right
that park.
here. Like places that people from Denver have to drive 30 minutes to.
Yes. It's in your backyard.
Yeah, 5 minutes from you. And this Conifer is also in Jefferson County. It also, Jefferson County school districts, which are highly rated. And there's some Montessori schools and things like that.
Yep.
Not as many like private schools, but still great school options if you have kids and are looking for that. Conifer's like very spread out.
Yes.
So there is kind of a little town, but it's very spread out. You definitely, and all these mountain towns will need a car. Public transportation. There is an RTD bus that goes to all of them, but I've never used it.
Yeah. You need a car. 4-wheel drive.
Because we're high. It snows a lot more because we're at higher elevations, and there's hills, there's mountains. So you're going up and down hill, and when it gets slick out, you won't make it up the hill if you don't have all-wheel drive.
Yes.
And or snow tires.
Yeah. I'm sure it seems like that, but when we say mountain town, just remember it is a hilly terrain. You do need 4-wheel drive.
And your driveway can be, anywhere from a quarter mile to a mile long sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's fun in the snow.
That's a great time.
Conifer's a little cheaper than Evergreen.
Yep, I was just gonna say that.
But still kind of, expensive living. And there's 0 condos, apartments, or anything like that.
Okay, so let's talk about our mountain town number 3. We should probably talk about Genesee, since also part of Jefferson County and not too far off from Conifer.
Genesee is probably the closest to Denver.
Closest to the metro area that you're going to find.
And it sits between Denver and Evergreen, actually. It's a small area in between there.
Yes.
Genesee, I would say, probably is going to have the least amount of amenities or like a town feel, honestly.
Yeah.
It has 1 or 2 little strip malls with like a restaurant and some offices.
It's got like a coffee shop and some parks. But it's definitely more limited.
But it's right off, I-70, and there's a ton of really large, spectacular homes there that have great views. I mean, some of the most amazing views probably of anywhere in the country from Lookout Mountain and these homes in Genesee that overlook the Denver area because they're right there on at the base of the mountains.
Right.
Again, very expensive homes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, it's right there. Like, it's very close. It's probably from Genesee to downtown Denver's like 20
Yeah,
minutes.
it's quick.
It's, you know,
So while
you
it's
don't
limited
need
in
the
amenities, yeah.
right there, because
It's
you have
not far.
Evergreen like 10 to 15 minutes, and then you have Golden
Right.
and all that like the
Yeah.
other way, very close.
Perfect.
So it is.
Yeah.
And being right off I-70, you know, is great because you can be at skiing
Yeah.
in an hour or less,
Mm-hmm.
probably less,
Yeah.
depending on traffic.
Yeah.
Don't
And the
put
weather
traffic.
conditions.
Yeah.
We'll do Mountain Town number 4. Let's talk about Idaho Springs.
Okay.
This is a fun one. This is an original mining town.
Yes.
And part of Clear Creek County, so you are no longer in Jefferson County. But what makes Idaho Springs really cool is it has the mining museums, it has the mining tours, but it also has really neat boutique shops. Has restaurants,
The Colorado
breweries.
Gold Rush started in Idaho Springs.
Yes.
They first found gold in Idaho Springs.
So cool. And it's really great. You know, we have one of our, great 14ers that are nearby, Mount Evans. We have the Indian Hot Springs that are there. You know, you can do a lot of different outdoor activities again. There's fishing. I think there's
Clear Creek
Yeah.
runs right through it.
Right through
the
it.
river.
Yep.
And it's the downtown area is like a national historic
Yes.
district. So all the houses are preserved and all the buildings are preserved from back
Really
in,
cool looking.
you know, the 1800s, which is really
Yeah.
cool. The cost of living is going to be a bit less than Evergreen or Conifer because it is past, you know, it's a little bit further back.
Mm-hmm.
So you get, you know, more bang for your buck in terms of housing. It's
Yes.
not quite as pretentious and expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And you still get all the great mountain amenities. And you're
Yeah.
that much closer to skiing.
Yes.
And, you know, getting up into the real
Mm-hmm.
deep mountains.
Yeah.
So,
Love that.
but Idaho Springs is a special place and they've redone a lot of it, as you can see in some of our
Yes,
stuff.
it's very
Like
updated.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
updating it. Oh, and Clear Creek County property taxes are cheaper than Jefferson County. So there's that. And you're very close to Blackhawk, which is
are
where you
very
can
close
go,
to Blackhawk.
where you can go to gamble.
Yes. So if you're into that sort of thing,
Yeah,
there you
there's
go.
some great casinos there. It's like a little, you know, tiny little mini
Yeah.
Vegas in the middle of the mountains.
Perfect.
It is. It's a
It is
fun
actually
place,
really cool.
So
All right, last mountain town, our number 5 is going to be Bailey.
/ Pine and Pine Junction.
Yeah, a little bit of a mixture in there.
Technically 3 little different towns.
Yes.
But they're all kind of
They're all
the same
together.
area.
Yes.
Bailey being the largest or most populated. It's very spread out. So Bailey's past Conifer up 285. There's 2 main alleys to get to the mountains. There's Highway 285,
Right.
and then there's I-70. So Genesee, Evergreen, Idaho Springs are on I-70, and then Conifer and Bailey are up 285.
Very nice.
So Bailey is about 20-30 minutes further from Conifer. So you keep going Denver, Conifer, Bailey. So it is back there. If
Yes.
you're driving to Denver from Bailey, it's probably about an hour.
It's a
Maybe
ways.
longer depending on where your house is. You know, houses can be really far back off
Right.
back mountain roads
Right.
and things like that. So it is the furthest, but it is also probably the cheapest of all the
Yes.
homes in terms of cost of living and home prices and things like that. It's the most remote, but some people like that. You
Yeah.
know, like if you really want the remote, like mountain lifestyle, like
Yeah.
Bailey is
It's
a great
great.
option.
It's very affordable.
Yeah, well, it's Park County, which is also a cheaper county than
Yep.
Jefferson County. It's much more affordable. There's much more solitude back there.
Definitely.
It's way less crowded. Conifer, Evergreen, even the open space parks on the weekends get pretty crowded.
They do.
But if you go to Bailey, that you can
have
still
space.
like go hiking and on all those parks that they have back there.
Yeah.
And you really don't see that many people at all.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
It's great. And also some really fun things that are over there. There is the Treehouse Adventure Park, which has zip lining,
yeah.
which is really cool. And then there's also the
Famous hot
Coney
dog.
Island Boardwalk. It's a giant hot dog.
Yes.
And it's
Hot
so good.
It is good.
We were there, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Enjoyed a hot dog.
Yeah.
It's really neat. It's right up against the river, super secluded, and it's fantastic. So there's fun little finds
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
a lot of really unique little hole-in-the-wall places
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Bailey.
Yeah.
But furthest from amenities,
Yes.
if you live in Bailey, the closest grocery store is actually in Conifer. So you're looking at a 20, depending on where you live, but
Right.
anywhere from 10 to honestly, it could be up to 40 minutes if you live there's some back areas like
Yeah.
Harris Park where it's far.
Yeah.
It's far.
Yeah.
Got to be prepared.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
Great place, and it also has it's in recent years this has more of a sense of community. They do Bailey Days, which is like a festival and little carnival thing for residents of Bailey.
All right, so I think that's
Yeah,
all of our
that's it.
5 mountain towns that
Yeah.
are closest to Denver. So some hidden little gems in there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you ever want to come
please
check
reach
them out,
to us. We are experts in Colorado mountain towns, so please, call us. We will always answer, me or her.
Yep.
And we look forward to helping you with any of your real estate needs. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Thanks for joining.